I cook these like stews for me and Tiff, and I'll put like potatoes and a little bit of water and some oil and like seasoning, and I'll let that kind of sizzle for a while, and then I'll cut up like 2 pounds of chicken, and I'll toss that in there, season it, oil it, let it just kind of stir it around a little bit, and I'll toss like an asparagus and like some spinach. Season it again, oil it, stir it up, and it probably takes about like 30, 40 minutes. And then it's just a bowl of just deliciousness. And then you can either like top it with some sriracha or you just rip it without any flavors. And sometimes I'll turn it into a curry. I'll put some turmeric and I'll put some paprika and stuff on it. And I'm obsessed with making these like stews.
Is curry just spicy soup?
Kind
Maybe
of.
thicker?
It's
It's a
got
stew.
curry powder in it.
Yeah.
That's why they call it a curry?
Yeah.
Yeah, it turns out.
Someone who doesn't do spices well doesn't know shit about curries, that's for sure.
And you do like coconut milk.
Oh yeah, that's the one my wife likes. She likes a coconut curry.
Yeah. And then you make it makes it like it's like a thick, it's not brothy though. It's not like a soup, but
it's
it's
not
like a
brothy.
chili.
You're right. It's different.
Happy Valentine's Day, boys.
Yeah, our poor wives.
Fellas, our poor wives. No, they're like, thank God, I hit a break. It's one of his gifts.
Yeah, that's right. I like left the flowers and the chocolates, and I was just like, goodbye. You don't have to listen to me crash out about the Epstein files for an hour and a half.
Oh my gosh, we need to talk about that more. We can't, but
figure out what to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, what do we do? Like, do we turn into Carl and like, you will not break me and try to fight the government?
I think we just need to hire a bunch of Luigis, maybe a few Marios.
Yeah. Do we need to have a Mario party?
Yeah, we need to have a Mario party, if you know what I mean.
Should we start using really weird, like, we're going to have a Mario party. Let's go hit the pipes. Let's
start stomping some Koopas, you know?
Yeah,
that's right.
and it's
stomping Koopas.
It's code for attacking the billionaires.
Yeah, there's enough lonely white men in the world, like they'll do it. They just need the right motivation. That's what we've learned.
This is
right.
Just got to gear them in the right direction.
I'm realizing, because I just had this thought, and maybe it's an intrusive one, I don't know. But I was like, I feel like I could be the king of the incels and like lead them.
It wouldn't be that hard.
Like, I think I could do that. I feel like I could be like a non-toxic Andrew Tate and just be like, come on, guys, fellas, let's go.
That's what we need.
Yeah, why do we need that? I'm not
me.
Yeah, we don't need
society as a whole. We're doing okay.
That's right. What you're saying is there's an army out there that we need to.
Yeah. It's like Aragorn going to the ghost guys.
Yeah, to the land of the dead. We just need someone to lead them.
You owe a debt. The son of a Sindor.
That's right. And just when they thought they got away with it, all the billionaires in the pedophile ring just look over the mountains at the horde of incels just like pouring over.
A boat rolls up to their little pedophile island, and just a bunch of
perfect,
a bunch of Roscoe scooters, just with me, with us running with samurai swords for some reason. Just
I'm in. I'm instantly in.
Yeah, I'd die for that. I'd be happy if that was how I went out. It's like, yeah, he attacked
a
bunch of pedophiles on an island.
Yeah, there's worse ways to go, for sure.
I think that would be a legacy I'd like to leave behind.
That'd be nice. Speaking of people who are not pedophiles but seem like they are, anyway, this book was insane.
Yeah, welcome to Bibliofools, everyone. I'm here with Kyle Dunshee.
I'm eating a cookie in the morning because it's Valentine's Day.
You can do whatever you want. What kind of cookie?
I'm a man. It's a sugar cookie because I'm not crazy. I'm not going to do chocolate in the morning. I'm 31. Can't do reflux that early. Save that shit for tonight.
We're getting old.
Yeah, I'm drinking peppermint mocha, so I'm doing chocolate in the morning. Call me Danger Dan.
Danger Dan.
I'm also here with Mikhail and Ro. How you doing?
I'm just drinking coffee. We went out last night, so I'm a little, we'll say, under the weather is the term I use. So I have a Gatorade.
Hungover as shit.
Hungover.
Got the Gatorade.
I have a coffee.
Nice. Hitting it from both ends.
And then I got like a gallon of water.
Incredible. Well, your rehabilitation begins now. because we're talking about the oldest thing that we do as a human species, which is the Olympic Games. That has been going. That's been going for so long.
Is that a real thing? The oldest thing we do as a species? That can't be right.
I mean, think
like
of something older.
Fart.
Okay, well,
other than like
fine.
biological things.
I said species. I guess as a human, like the human animal, no, it's still biological. It's so old. We started this like 1,000 years BC, 700 years
before Jesus,
and then we did it for like 1,000 years, and then it stopped for a while, and we had the Dark Ages, and then we started doing it again. It's crazy.
Brought it back.
Yeah, they were dark. They just couldn't see. It's hard to do a sport when you can't see. It was dark.
Yeah.
Right? That's what the Dark Ages were. There wasn't a lot of light.
That's my understanding.
It was just nighttime for a while, and they're like, "Oh, what do we do?"
Nothing. Nobody record any history. No enlightened anything.
What if that's when we entered the Matrix? Okay, sorry.
We're talking about the Olympic Games, and we've got a couple of books on deck for the Olympics while you watch the Olympics, because we read books so you don't have to, because you're watching the Olympics. How can you read books about the Olympics if you're watching the Olympics? This week's book is Foxcatcher, the true story of my brother's murder, John Dupont's madness, and the quest for Olympic gold by Mark Schultz.
This is crazy.
Good book. John Dupont, just, insult to injury. I was trying to tell somebody about this book, and I forgot his name, and I'm realizing he's the easiest name. How do you forget it? It's because he is a piece of trash that is forget it.
Yeah.
Unless you're Mark Schultz.
Yeah, Mark Schultz probably remembers
Mark
him.
doesn't forget it. Yeah, Mark remembers.
I mean, the last line in this book is, and I wish John Dupont had never been born, pretty much.
That's the moral of this book, yeah. He sucks.
Generational wealth is corruptive and corrosive to the human spirit.
Yeah.
Turns out. Well, Foxcatcher is the story of two brothers from rural Oregon who slept on cots in an unheated shack, got in fights at school, started wrestling, then clawed their way to Olympic gold through sheer violence and willpower. But the story continues. After their victory, they lost everything to a deeply disturbed multimillionaire who dismantles one brother's career and shoots the other dead in his driveway. Foxcatcher is Mark Schultz's raw memoir of his rise from troubled teenager to Olympic champion and the nightmare of his entanglement with John Dupont, the eccentric heir whose obsession with buying his way into wrestling ended with the cold-blooded killing of Mark's brother Dave.
It's sad. Let's get that out of the way.
Sad.
It's going to be sad because someone was murdered. A really good person was murdered for no damn reason.
Great guy. Mark Ruffalo in the movie.
Yeah. It seems like good casting because
great movie.
Likable, in my opinion.
I didn't see the movie.
I didn't see the movie either. I watched the trailer a few times after this, but
it's fantastic. And reading the book, I was like, oh, they nailed this.
Really?
They absolutely, every piece, like they really nailed it. It's not as, the plot is a little bit harder to follow. Because it's much more it's like vibier.
Okay. Yeah, this one's a lot more like a Mark Schultz almost autobiography. And then like midway through we meet John Dupont. And to me, that's, no offense to Mark Schultz, early life, but that's when it gets really interesting, is when he enters this weird multimillionaire's man-child's realm.
Yeah. And you can't buy what's the word I want to say? Greatness, personality,
you
soft skills, but also hard skills.
Really, if you don't have it, money's not gonna.
Yeah, money can't make you better. It can get you stuff, but you, will still suck.
You still suck.
Because this is a book about a man who had like more money than almost anyone and was just a leech on humankind.
Yeah.
And that's it. There's a gross little leech man.
Just a little tumor.
Really?
killing a guy.
Who apparently had BO and one ball, but we'll talk about that later. We better be talking about that part later.
We're definitely getting into
that part was crazy.
We're dedicating half the episode on exactly what's going on down there, so we'll get to it.
Because if we're going to get into anything, we're going to get into his butt and his digging balls, baby.
Yeah, you've been with us long enough to know where we're going. Okay, you already know. Okay, yes, this is a memoir. This is a lot of the story of Mark's life, his wrestling career, his philosophies. This is a book about Mark Schultz. And it's just wild that he can sprinkle in all the crazy stuff that he can sprinkle in. Like when athletes write a story about their life, it's going to be wild. There's going to be lots of ups and downs. This one's unique because like there's a psychopath in it that just is stirring the pot. It was interesting enough with the sports. Add a psycho, makes for a very interesting book.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be boring because I think sports are boring. Hot take.
Not a sports guy.
Not a huge sports guy. I respect it. I love it. I'll wear Jazz hats and Utah hockey club stuff till I die. But I don't know. Maybe it's just because I can't do sports. Then I'm like, leave it to anyone else. But the culture of wrestling is insane. It's not even fascinating. It's just like unhealthy is probably a better word. That's what I learned from this book.
Yes, super unhealthy. But this book, it's fascinating to hear an actual, like, there's something I really respect about athletes. When we compare this to, like, Luis Elizondo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
I like
pretty much apples to apples, yeah.
Very similar, like, stories and, like, how things went. But I was like, I like Mark so much more.
Yeah.
Like, I like and respected Mark so much. And he hated himself a little bit and will not let it go.
Yeah.
And, like, is constantly just like, I was a fucking piece of shit, so I learned this.
Yeah.
And you're like, you're amazing. And he's like, I fucking can't even spell. Ugh. But so I won a gold.
No, he's like, I beat like 90%, if not more, of people I meet on the mat. But man, I'm a loser person. Like,
God, girls hate me. I just, oh fuck, I suck. Anyways, I wrestle so hard that people are scared of me, and like I've won almost every single wrestling match I've ever had. But God, I just can't get it together.
I beat up multiple cops with ease, but man, I'm not a good person. Like, okay.
And I'm like, that's the core difference between an athlete, but just like a good person is like just a little bit of self-loathing, and you're like, I like you. And Luis Elizondo was like, God, I was just so great, and I just, it was tough. I was great.
That's, I think, the difference is like where they're coming from a humility standpoint. Makes it readable. Yeah, the cops thing was crazy because he's like, when cops confront you, and you're guilty by association, there's only one thing to do:
attack.
Suplex. You put them. Rear naked. Yeah, you just throw him around.
And a little bit of white privilege because he would have been dead so fast if he was black. The minute he touched a cop, if he was a black man, just boom, 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 boom. Oh, sorry.
It's true, though.
It's true.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. But
like, crackheads can't get their hands on cops, but this guy got both hands on both of them.
Multiple. Like, gave them both concussions and ran away.
He got two cops in front of each other, not separately. They were standing next to each other, and he got one, and then it was like, whoa, and he got the other one.
But had he been brown, their guns would have been drawn like right away.
Everybody would have been shot.
Everybody would have been shot.
Those body cams, click, right off.
Click.
This guy looks strong. Click.
Oh, you said you wrestle, and you're from Nigeria? Interesting.
No, interesting.
Oh. We'll just hit this real quick.
That's just too damn bad, isn't it?
What is that? I can't remember where which hit my taser's on.
No. Okay. Oh, no.
Sorry.
Oh,
no. Okay, back to the white privilege and the fun stuff.
Mark Schultz.
He was such a great person to take us on this journey. I was like enthralled the whole time.
Yeah, I wanted to hate him because when he's like, my whole goal is to be, I'm just not competitive is what I realized. But he's like, my whole goal is to be the best fighter in the world. I'm like, that's cool, but I bet that makes you a dick. And I'm like, it doesn't make you a dick. It just makes you sad.
It's
and hard on yourself.
mental illness. Like,
it's like, I feel bad for you in a weird way. Yeah.
Like, he was like, I have this like crushing need to be the best.
Yeah.
Which is refreshing. And it makes me think of like The Last Dance, where it's like, it's almost a burden how much they need to beat people, and how
like a Marty Supreme. It's like, you're ruining your life for this, dude. And not that many people care who you can beat on the mat, but it's everything to you.
People don't even know your name.
Yeah, dude.
You're not a household name, but you dedicated your life to being the best at this.
Yeah. And he still feels like he didn't accomplish enough. Even sort of at the end of the book, you get that vibe, despite the fact that he's one of the most decorated wrestlers in American history. So he's 3-time NCAA champion, 1984 Olympic gold medalist, 2-time world champion, a Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt, and he fought and won in the UFC when it was like just barely getting started. He grew up poor in Palo Alto and Ashland, Oregon. He didn't start wrestling until 15 and was the California state champion 2 years later. He read Krishnamurti to learn to live in the present, memorized a wrestling notebook page by page. He took notes like meticulously and just memorized them and knew wrestling backwards and forwards, and then did forward rolls on a beam above a moving train just to conquer fear, which is crazy to do.
Freaking awesome. I was like, this guy is, but it's such a, that was what's so good about this book, is getting into these people's brains. Like that, when he says it, I was like, it makes total sense.
It's like, of course you need to do that if you want to be the best. Like, we got right in. Yeah.
But it's also, I've always thought this is like athletes are very weirdly monkish. Like, I think everybody kind of hates them because of high school experience.
Yeah.
Like every especially people like us, despite us being we were the jocks at our school, weirdly. But like, yeah, dude, we played flag football. We played soccer. We did everything.
Sang and danced on stages.
We sang and danced on stage.
We also were the musical theater guys, and we're in the student government. It was like we had a cult, but we accidentally
It's
ran
easy to have
cult.
A cult when there's 6 kids in the school. So.
Exactly. Very small cult, very weird cult.
Yeah.
But it's like getting into like it is a very monkish pursuit because it's so singular. And like he doesn't, I don't know, there's like a presence and like a simplicity to it that I was like, oh, I'm actually learning, even though it is like a mental illness and this is a tragedy. I was just like, oh, this guy and his brother were like, I don't know, it's like, it's monkish. It's a weird.
Yeah. Anytime you need to be so disciplined in, any sport. So like athletes are typically very, very disciplined. You need to apply those things that make you, like you said, monkish, like present, like otherwise you're just going to fail. So it was interesting to see the balance and how he tried to bring in, I'm going to fight and beat everyone in the world, but I also got to keep a cool head. And I'm like, that's interesting.
Yeah. The Krishnamurti stuff is cool. He does talk a little bit. He gets off on a little bit of like an enlightenment kick where he's like, I read it, and then after that I just, what did he say? He was like, dead to the past. He was like, I'm dead to the past, and so I never need to carry any regrets or ego or anything like that around because my past is dead and I live every day like it's a new day. And then one day my coach brought me into his office and said, hey, remember like that stuff that happened 6 months ago and you haven't been like showing up on time, so you're fired. And I told him to take my job and shove it straight up his ass because I was enlightened and I don't care about anything, so he can just fuck himself.
Yeah, no, it's very interesting.
But I don't know why, but I just respected it. I was just like, yeah, man, I feel like that's how you should, do that. That is what you should do.
He knows himself and he's navigating the world. Like, that's the thing. Mark knows himself very well. And he's like, I'm going to navigate the world in a way that makes sense to me. And I'm not going to be apologetic for it. And I'm like, that's pretty cool.
And it's the simplest. It's just a simple existence in a kind. I'm not saying that like as a deterrent. Like I practice X. I do Y and I get Z, and that's it. I do not. There's no other thoughts going in or out.
Yep. He starts. I think where he comes from, I think informs this a lot. I think when as a child, when you feel like you've got something to prove and you're in the shadow of your older brother who everybody likes, I think it makes you a little bit like I have to be the best, just that singular focus.
He didn't start wrestling until his older brother, Dave, did, right? Because Dave was doing it first, and then he's like, oh man, Dave can beat me up with all these wrestling moves. I guess I need to wrestle because that fits my goal of being the best fighter on the planet. But Dave was, they were different because Mark is like big, strong, and Dave, he said he was just like strategic on the mat. Like he just knew how to take people down. And so they had very different styles, but they just work with each other and admire each other, and they're constantly beating the shit out of each other in a brotherly way. And it's sweet and it's tender. And I don't know.
But they also there's it's so weird. There's like a part in the book where like one of the coaches beats the living daylights out of Dave because like they're gonna leave the school. And he's like, yeah, I remember Dave telling me like they were in the car and Dave just broke down crying. And I was like, this is just not what you expect. Like there's just like this weird emotional, like, I don't know. It was like, it was fascinating. Everybody's so simple. It is just like Yeah. I don't know. God damn. It's fucking.
What the heck? We haven't even. Yeah. Okay.
Let me tell you something. We liked it.
We liked
We
it.
like the book.
Apparently.
Well, the story does move between two versions of America. On one side, we have these broke amateur wrestlers crammed into tiny apartments, cutting weight, driving across the country for tournaments and clinics. And then on the other, you have the Dupont estate, 800-acre compound with a 40-room mansion, an Olympic-sized pool with a mosaic shipped from Florence, a shooting range, a helicopter on call. These worlds collide when Mark, this Olympic champion wrestler, accepts a job from John Dupont, a man using all that wealth to build a gilded cage for the athletes he collected like specimens. That's the setting. So we kind of bounce back and forth. The scrappy, like college, getting a career going, and then suddenly in this like world of privilege.
Mm-hmm.
We have Mark Schultz, our narrator, a fiercely independent fighter who went from starting wrestling to Olympic gold in about 6 years. He got good real fast. His core drive, like Kyle said, wanted to become the greatest fighter in the world and filtered everything that ever happened to him through that lens. And he grew up in the shadow of his older brother, Dave. Dave's Mark's older brother. He's dyslexic, ambidextrous, and brilliant on the mat, which I feel like is a crazy combo. It's like, I can't read, I can use both my hands, and I'm going to kill you.
I can beat the living daylights out of you, and I look like a physics teacher.
He's like,
you look fit like a psychology teacher. Just a big old beard, chubby.
And just like always smiling. Yeah. Like there was a contrast because I feel like Mark is like, he's so intense, and like before matches he's like, I can't talk to anyone, I have to be in the zone. And Dave, before matches, he's like, I'm gonna learn Russian so I can talk to the Russians and be pals with them. And so Dave is just always like happy-go-lucky but just stupid good at fighting. And I think that probably pissed Mark off a little bit.
Yeah, big time. Gave him like a target to chase that he could never like quite catch up to. Until he did, and then they were both like the best in the world for a little while. But Dave is like the heart of the book. He's the one who refused to let Mark quit, told him he was proud of him after victories, beat the crap out of him to make him better. And Mark was like on board for that. And then sent him a card just to say how happy he was to be his brother, just weeks before he was murdered by John Dupont.
So sad.
John Dupont, useless turd nugget.
Seriously, bane on the human existence.
Honestly, we should have a rule that if you like can't do like 20 push-ups, you lose your fortune until you can. Like you have to do a foot race. You have to beat one person in a foot race, and then they'll give you your money back.
But that's the problem. Is people like John Dupont inspired all these bros who now run the internet, which sucks.
Yeah,
I don't know. We can't go into that.
Jiu-jitsu bullshit.
Yeah.
Did he? I guess I don't know. Like, expound on that.
Well, because no one wants to be. If you have money now, you're like, I have to prove it somehow. Look at freaking Mark Zuckerberg. He's like, I do jiu-jitsu now. I'm a tough guy. And freaking Bezos is like all ripped and jacked and stuff. And they're like, look, I'm more than just money. It's like, no, you're still just a guy who has more money than any human should need. But now you're trying to justify it by your physical prowess. So in a lot of ways, they're very similar to John Dupont. Oh my gosh, they're the same. It's the same, except they just were better at building muscle than John Dupont. I guess that's the only thing.
I do think at any point in my life, you could pick me out at any point, I could dog walk all of these little bitches. I just want to have that on the record.
Okay,
Jeff, Elon, Mark, all of you guys. Put me in a room with you, I'm putting you to task.
Any point in my life.
With one hand behind my back. No matter what, I'm going to take you to church, buddy. We're going to pray at the altar of get fucked.
I love that. I want that loud and proud. For you, not for me. I mean, I'm not as confident, but I believe you could do it.
We'd be right there.
Just cheered me on. It would like a blood sport. I would throw sand in their eyes. Oh my god, I want a billionaire blood sport. It's just me versus Billy.
Oh my gosh, that'd be awesome. Can we make that happen?
Oh my god.
I mean, the world needs to know this, so we just got to get that mic, and then we're gonna set you up for this blood sport, and it's gonna be,
it's gonna be
step
great.
1, mic a few inches away. Step 2. Dog walk Mark Zuckerberg. I think that's the plan.
Step 3, Fame and glory? What
I'm gonna say love yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
Generational wealth, and then we'll just repeat the cycle, I think is what we'll do.
and then I have to beat up my own kids. I have to come back. It's like, what are you guys doing? You guys made
man.
No.
Money is so bad.
I think like if I were to become wealthy and leave an inheritance, I feel like there's some criteria in the grant to be like, you can have this money, but you have to go to the depths of your soul. Like you have to get the little blue flower that Bruce Wayne has to get to become Batman.
Totally. It's absolutely necessary.
Yeah, you have to have some sort of a black belt. Like I need to know that you're the master of your soul, and then you need
to walk across America. With a tent, and you cannot stay in a home, and you just have to walk all the way across, and then you get all of it. Everything is yours.
Yeah. That's the thing about John Dupont, and we're going to dive into him, is he had all the money and he wanted to prove that he's more than money by being really good at sports. But so like you could argue he's like, oh, he's very disciplined. He was almost an Olympian a bunch of times. Almost. Keyword there is almost. Not really. He tried.
No, he was. I don't think he could even he couldn't even qualify.
He couldn't medal. He couldn't qualify.
He was useless.
But his whole thing was, I'm going to be disciplined in sports so people will respect me. But he just couldn't do it. And so like he tried to go out and capture the flower, but he just could not to save his life.
I guess we'll give him that flower as that he tried, but
I mean, good job.
This guy, and he's a loser.
I'm not trying to. Yeah. I'm just trying to say I hate billionaires, and I hate.
That's why he sort of keeps coming back to that. I've noticed.
And don't worry, in the comments, you don't have to say like, "You guys are just mad because you're not one." Yes, correct.
Yeah, I would love to.
I don't know.
It's just partially jealousy.
There's a threshold. There's a curve for you.
Yeah, give
Kyle.
me multi-million dollars, and I'll be like, cool. I'll take a few more million. But as soon as I get close to where like I can make noticeable change in the world with my wealth, No. Put me away and give it to someone.
Yeah, once I have Dr. Doom money where I could have a weird Eastern European country that's just mine and I just run it because I have so much money, I'll take it. Take the money. Take it away.
John Dupont is not a millionaire or not a billionaire, but he acts like one.
Yeah, he's up there.
Sure their family like destroyed part of America and made all these fucking factories that just pollute and like.
That's the thing. It's not even the billionaires. It's the multi-millionaires.
It's these little middle
generational wealth. Yeah.
Yeah, he's an heir. That's where he got his money. Massive fortune, and he desperately wanted to be an Olympian. He wanted to be in the pentathlon, but he couldn't qualify. He kept just buying gear, which is what I do when I'm trying to work out. I'm just like, I'm gonna buy these. And then I'm going to work out on them every day. And anyways, he kept buying gear. He bought like gyms and did like big donations and was building up like a pentathlon training program and then just like never qualified. And they were, the coaches were like, thanks. This is helping us train a lot of Olympians. Not going to be you though.
Yeah. So, the difference between him and us is like, when I want to work out, I'll go buy a punching bag. I'll go buy gloves and I'll be like, man, I just kind of broke the bank. He's like, I'm going to buy a whole building. And, and that's going to be my workout thing. And then people are just like, cool, you're really bad at this. We'll just use it for other people who can do it. And he's like, okay.
Yeah.
But, in my head, and maybe this just isn't true, but I just didn't think he worked that hard at it. I really don't actually think
he might have. There's also an element of, maybe he just wanted to do it to say he did it.
Yeah. Like there was no passion behind it, A, and then B, he didn't actually work hard at the things. He would buy all the stuff. And then be like, I bought it. I should be good, right? And they're like, well, you need to train like every day and do all this stuff. And he's like, yeah. But what if, you know what? You're fired.
He's like, what if I don't like that answer and you can get the hell out of here?
I don't like that. Kick rocks.
It's exactly that way. Yeah. That's the attitude. Behind the philanthropy, he fails at that and he builds his like Foxcatcher team, which he's like obsessed with the name Foxcatcher, but his estate, the tons of money, donations, facilities, but behind all of that was this controlling, mentally ill, cocaine-fueled psycho who would eventually ruin Mark's career and kill Dave.
A lot more drugs than I thought. We'll get into it. But also, let's talk about Foxcatcher, because there's not a single fox in this damn book.
Nobody catches a fox.
There's not a fox. There's not a catcher. There's a reason behind the name.
I thought it was called Foxcatcher because he was good at that.
He was good at catching
John
foxes?
Dupont?
Wasn't that what it was?
Did I forget about that?
Maybe
that seems wrong. I thought it was like
something wrong.
an old family thing. name that
Maybe
maybe.
it might have been an old family thing.
But I kept waiting for foxes to pop up, and there wasn't a single one, and I'm like, "What the hell?"
There's probably a
Oh,
fox in
his
the movie.
father had thoroughbreds. He would race them, and he called his team of horses Foxcatcher.
See, that doesn't make sense, though. Well, like, I guess if you
That's a
hunt
dumb
foxes
name.
on horses.
It's the wrong animal.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I would only call something blank catcher if I was, like, out here catching that thing all the time.
Yeah, that explanation doesn't help, Evan. You're like, "Oh, he had a bunch of horses." Horses aren't foxes.
I'm
Yeah,
as
that was just new
disappointed as
information.
you. I'm not happy about this either.
It's like, "Can you tell me where to go?" And it's just like, "Did you know that your feet, when you wear shoes, it feels weird?" And I'm like, "That's new. That's a new thing. That's
These
the
are new
opposite of an
information. These
answer."
are different things.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that's disappointing. Yeah, it really is. I wish that somebody caught a fox in this book. I really do. Well, Mark is flat broke. He's an Olympic gold medalist and a 2-time world champion, but wrestling doesn't exactly pay the bills. He's been fired from Sanford, scammed by a fake manager, which, screw that guy.
Yeah, that's effed up.
People come in. I just feel like this happens a lot where people are like, I'm going to make you big. I'm going to like make you famous and I'm going to do all the marketing. And then they just like take your money. Anyways, that happened to him. And then he needs a job. So John Dupont calls, offering a coaching job at Villanova. Mark's gut is screaming at him to just walk away. Dupont is obviously drunk at the time. His teeth are caked with food and feeling like his options are either this or the military. He takes the job. And then from here, Mark's goal is just to keep his head down, coach, compete, and try and keep his dignity while working for a very problematic man.
Join the military. Join the military.
Should join the military.
Next time. Yeah.
Get a teaching degree. I don't know. Join the military, dude.
Yeah, he should have done that. But he was an Olympian, you know? He's like, I want to coach. I want to help. And then this gross man is like, for some reason in my head, he's always wearing short shorts, John Dupont, because he's always trying to like look like a wrestler. And he's just like, hey, come watch me eat food and do cocaine, and I'm going to tell you what to do. And he's like, okay, I guess if the price is right, baby. I don't know. Sad.
I get that. I feel like that there is like a world where like that is an intoxicating thing where it's like, oh, this guy's just so weird, but he just wants to give me money. So yeah, I'll hang out with him.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, and power's attractive. Okay, this is maybe, I want to say this the right way because I don't think you control, I think we put too much stock in looks and we kind of obsess about it as a society, and I think often it's not healthy. That said, though, I think there's a type of not taking care of yourself where you can kind of see somebody's character by their appearance. So anyways, I don't want to apply that globally, but it's like his hair was like it had been dyed red, but like the roots didn't match and they had grown way too long and he was like dirty. And then, he didn't like bother to clean his teeth at all. And then he's slurring his speech and he just like looked like this guy's not healthy, you know? I don't know. I feel like there is sort of and I think it goes the other way too, where it's like, you can tell somebody that values themselves by their appearance to a degree, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that it's not good to like shame somebody on their appearance, but there's like you're saying, like not taking care of it. When you're it's like actively not doing things is when it's like so bad.
When you have when you have all the money in the world and you just haven't brushed your teeth for like 6 years, it's kind of like, what's going on, bud? Why
you could buy a toothbrush. You could buy I know for a fact you can afford a toothpaste.
You can afford all these wrestling facilities. Get a flosser. Figure your shit out. So you're right. It does make you wonder.
Go for a jog and shave your head, dude. Like, what are we doing?
And I feel like he said it was just like dandruffy. Like his description was just really gross. And then you look up this guy and you're like, ew, he's a little worm man. Gross.
Yeah, I think self-improvement, you kind of start real local. Take care of yourself, dress yourself like well and take care of your health. And then, I don't know, this is like where I know Jordan Peterson's a very controversial figure and whatever. Without getting into that, I think his whole point of like start with your room, clean it up real good and you'll learn how to like make something better. I don't know. We could probably cut all of that, but I just think
but I agree. Like if you if you have all the money in the world and you can't do that, like, you're trash, man. You're trash.
Yeah. I always think of in Man's Search for Meaning, they talked about a lot of the people who survived the Holocaust. it's like because they took pride in he's like, we need to shave every day. And some people in the camps were like, why? And it's like, because that gives us dignity that, helps us feel more human. And so I go back to that element. It's like when you're taking care of yourself, you're treating yourself like a human being and you're respecting yourself. Jump from Holocaust to DuPont. That's a weird jump, but John's not doing it.
No. Yeah. Yep. Well, working for Team Foxcatcher is a nightmare. DuPont shows up drunk every day. He hires and fires coaches just based on whims, really. He violates NCAA rules with private jets and lobster for recruits and constantly tells Mark how to coach despite knowing very little about the actual sport of wrestling. He's sort of just attached onto wrestling. He's like, it's what I'm going to do. Mark proposes structure. DuPont refuses. Structure would limit his power, and he's all about just hoarding power. He's promising facilities and training rooms and things, and then they just never come. But he's like, it's coming soon. It's coming soon. He orders Mark to fire the head coach, which Mark does, but he doesn't feel good about it, and he regrets it to this day. Despite all that chaos, Mark does continue to compete and train, and he wins his second world championship in 1987. DuPont slaps Team Foxcatcher on a poster of the victory, claiming credit while undermining Mark at every turn.
He's a leech, bro.
He is.
He's just like, look what I did. And it's like, you made his life worse, you stupid idiot.
You made it harder to do.
You made it harder. He could have done better, and then he just takes the credit. He's like, I am a brilliant coach, statistician, and I know the wrestling. And Mark's like, you don't know shit, dude. You just have money.
Hey, you just paid me to do this. Leave us alone.
Leave me alone.
We're doing it. Go away.
Just stop doing your weird shit. Stop being drunk. It's 10 in the morning.
We did this as a team, right?
No, I haven't seen a single fox on this compound. Oh my gosh.
There's no foxes here.
Where's your name from? Where'd you get your name?
What if that was the whole book, is just him like, I'm trying to figure out why they call it Foxcatcher. And I've done this deep dive and we can't figure it out.
Day 333. We did some wrestling today. I still haven't seen a fox on the property.
I haven't seen a fox. I saw a raccoon, which I mistook for a fox, and I thought we were close, but no, it was just a trash panda.
It was just a trash panda. It bit me. I have to go to the hospital.
I'm en route to the hospital because I'm afraid of water.
Captain Slug, day 420. I think something's happening because of the bite from the raccoon. Still no foxes.
Still no foxes. But I'm still really good at wrestling.
Stupid. Day 532.
Well, DuPont's annoying traits become more sinister over time. Rabies, honestly, that might be DuPont's problem. He gets crazy. For example, he once showed up to practice dressed as a cop, like waving a gun around. And that's not cool.
He also like wants to be a cop, and he's buddies with all the cops, and he buys the cops shooting ranges and stuff. Like, he wants the authority. He dresses like a cop, and he has a gun all the time, and he's like, look, I'm a big, strong man. And it's like, go wash your hair, dude. Get out of here. Gross.
Take a shower.
Take a shower, John.
Has this move that he does he calls it the Foxcatcher 5, where he just grabs your balls, and he does that to wrestlers all the time. And it's so, like, nobody can really call him on it. They're like, has he done the Foxcatcher 5 to you? But he's so powerful and erratic, they can't, like, do anything. So anyways, he does that.
Yeah. He's like, hey, have you seen John? Yeah, he just did the Foxcatcher 5 on me. Oh, that thing where he grabs you by the balls with all of his fingers and just sexually assaults the crap out of you? Yeah, that. Okay, let's keep wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe we've all felt it, but I'm like, I feel like people with money think they can just get away with everything. And I'm like, maybe we should let people hit people, like hockey rules. You know what I mean? Like, you can do assault, but you have to, like, hang out in jail for like a day. Like, you can hit anybody you want as long as it's a fair fight. They see it coming. And then you just have to sit in a drunk tank for a day. And then it's fun. Nobody can go to jail. Just so that way we have some rules. Somebody grabs your balls, you can just punch the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. We need a little bit of Wild West. Not the whole Wild West.
A skosh. Like, just if you grab somebody by the dick, you get hurt.
You should get elbowed in the eye. That's just how it works.
Yes. I like if somebody if somebody like is like catcalling a woman and she stomps on his dick, fine. Cool.
That's fine. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Consequences.
There's consequences.
We should encourage that.
Like, it shouldn't be the cops. We should just have our own system of consequences. And the cops are just like, did you guys do the consequences?
Is this a consequence? Did you hold him down? Did you let her stomp on his balls? Good. Okay. You guys are good. Yeah. More of that. Anyway, let's talk more about John's weird-ass behavior.
Yes, yeah.
Because it gets weirder.
Because it gets weirder, yeah. He's constantly threatening Mark's career, and he controls Mark's salary, benefits, and housing, since Mark lives on DuPont's estate. Mark observes DuPont's heavy cocaine use, his obsession with finding everybody's price and using it to manipulate them, and his piggybacking on the success of others. Mark stores his metals. He feels like he needs to put his metals in somewhere else, so he has a rented unit so DuPont can't claim them for himself. So he's financially trapped in what feels like a cult where everyone despises and fears the leader.
It is a cult.
It's a nightmare. Here's I would just to anybody who feels like they're trapped because of financial reasons, leave.
Just leave.
Like somebody will figure it out.
We'll help you. Contact us at bibliofools@gmail.com. We'll get you squared away.
Uh-oh.
Evan's about to move to a bigger house. You're going to have a lot of space. Get you on your feet.
Yeah, we'll help you get on your feet. I hate this like idea of like holding people hostage with money. It's just so
It's terrible.
gross.
It is gross. I don't think it was the money for Mark, because he's not even making that much. The salary's like not great.
But it's more than he could make anywhere else.
I think he really wanted to be great, and he was like, if I can just play this right, if I can just like get around this guy's bullshit, I could like still be great. I can go for bigger and better and more, and I just need somebody to like fund that. And if that person's horrible and problematic, but it's like I gotta have somebody. Michelangelo was the same way. He had like he was like a
Turtle?
slave. Yeah. He's like had to find patrons for his nunchuck training.
Oh, wait, was Michelangelo the artist like that too? I didn't know that he had to.
He had these like patrons that paid his way, because it takes a long time to do a masterpiece sculpture, and he kind of had to do whatever they said. So like the Sistine Chapel, he hated painting, and the Pope was like, "You're doing the Sistine Chapel," and it took a decade, and he ruined his back, and it's a beautiful, incredible like masterpiece, but it's like not what he wanted to do. I don't know. It's that whole like when you're good at something that doesn't directly make money, like if you can build businesses, you do whatever you want. Nobody tells you what to do, but it's like, I don't know. It's almost like it feels like there's some injustice here that I'm like, this guy's a powerful fighting machine, but he's like, just by design, sort of a slave to whoever will pay him to train.
And it's like the WWE wrestlers like Rowdy Roddy Piper, who's like one of my favorite human beings. That old school group of wrestlers who like all died because they were just putting their bodies on the line, and doing whatever their bosses said. But then it just destroyed their bodies. They got hooked on painkillers. Some of them committed suicide. It's a lot of that, and it's really sad.
It's because you can't make money. Like it's the weirdest
thing. You
can't
make money.
If you're just a savage man, it's really hard to like. Hey, I'll beat that guy up for $20.
Well, it's the whole Rocky thing. He's like, oh, I've been breaking thumbs, but I'm really good at fighting and intimidating people, but it doesn't pay the bills.
Yeah, and we don't see the real Rocky thing where it's like he becomes the people's champion, and then some guy whores him out and takes all of his money and won't let him do certain things.
Yeah,
his life falls apart and he becomes an addict and he kills himself. Like that.
He doesn't go on to make 1,000 movies. He just
he just dies alone somewhere because Paulie took all his fucking cash.
Paulie. I don't owe you nothing, Paulie. Anyway.
Paulie took all my money. He took my fucking turtles.
Hey, Rocky, look what I bought with your money.
Hey, Rocky, these are my turtles now. I just love that Rocky has turtles, and it's like a big part of the first movie, and people don't talk about it enough.
Yeah, sure. They talk about his dog, which is sweet, but there's also the turtles. Don't forget the turtles.
And the turtles are in like every movie. The turtles are in Creed.
Like, really?
That's turtles are very important.
Wow.
I really want to rewatch Rocky right now.
Yeah.
That's how I'm feeling.
That's good.
I do like to. I have one more quick
please.
thought. I don't like the attention economy. It's not. I'm not a fan, but I do like to think that the Michelangelo of our time would have been like, "What's up, chat?
Oh my gosh,
I'm carving whatever I want. You can donate here. people are just throwing him donations and he's doing whatever.
But
And
it's still like
But you're still a
just
slave to the people. Yeah.
yeah,
we
that's
just
true.
You got to whore yourself out for views.
slavery, and now you just have to be a whore for somebody who will pay you, and they just made everything more expensive.
I did just instantly change my mind. You're right, because it's like, it's not, you don't have a pope, you now just have the algorithm, and he'd probably end up carving like weird stuff that nobody wanted.
Yeah,
you're right.
You would have to carve fucking memes,
dude.
Yeah.
It's like, I just spent the last 6 years carving this guy's anime girlfriend. Like, that's not what I wanted to do with my life.
Yeah, I just had to carve
and I'm not trying to
demon hunters, and I'm gonna walk into the ocean. I can't do this anymore.
That's worse. That's worse.
Hey,
you guys, you were correct.
Chat.
Guys,
7, 6, 7. When I look at Marvel, I see beauty, and you guys make me do fucking chocolate rain.
Also, there's still no foxes. Where are the foxes?
Goddamn fox.
Chocolate rain.
My like little ray of sunshine just got you guys are absolutely right about this.
It's because I feel like we're all slaves to a bunch of pedophiles right now, and I don't know what to do with it.
So Mark qualifies for the 1988 Seoul Olympics. I'm just gonna ignore that, not think about it.
Well, okay, Mark qualifies for the Seoul Olympics. I want to talk about wrestlers in general for a bit. He hangs out with these Korean wrestlers. These guys are insane. If they lose a match, they just beat the shit out of each other.
And themselves.
He's like, they're just like giving each other black eyes. And he's like, and I respect it. And I'm like, that's a mental illness, dude. Like, that's not healthy.
Olympians are mentally ill. You have to be.
Yeah.
I know one. She's weird. I don't know.
Yeah. So like there's these Koreans, there's two sides of the coin where they're beating the crap out of each other after they lose and themselves, but then they're also holding hands with their best buddy because that's normal in Korean culture. And Mark's like, oh, no, I'm not doing that. He's like, hey, that's what we do when we're pals. It's fascinating. We need to read a book about Korea or something.
Koreans.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was way off topic.
No, but I'm like, I was just thinking, like, they were like, when they like, was it the Koreans that kept sitting in his lap? And he's like, I hope this is like cool.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're doing.
No, they just have different cultures.
He does love the Koreans. He said he like cried when he had to leave the Koreans, and they cried too. So that's
so sweet. That's the sweetest part of the book is the Koreans.
Yeah. Well, he qualifies.
He had a chance to be happy in Korea.
He's in the Seoul Olympics. He loses at the trials and decides that he's retired. And then his friend Hal gives him a pep talk, and he goes back and drops 12 pounds in 90 minutes to make weight.
So effing unhealthy. Like, I want to talk about how unhealthy it is wrestlers cutting weight. I had a buddy in high school who was a wrestler, and he told me this story about his buddy was trying to cut weight. And so he sat at lunch, and he put an apple on the table, and he just stared at it because he couldn't even eat the apple because he was trying to cut weight. I'm like, that's so unhealthy for teenagers.
Yeah, but 90 minutes, like, that's crazy. That's crazy. He's like sitting in a trash bag to just like try and sweat out as much weight as he can as fast as possible, but he does it. He manages to drop 12 pounds in 90 minutes. I still don't even understand how that's possible. But
he had to like shit himself a few times, right?
I think there was a lot of shitting.
No way.
There's a lot of pooping. There's a lot of sweating.
Yeah.
It had to be coming out everywhere. You don't lose 12 pounds in 90 minutes without throwing up and shitting a lot.
And then
also, I don't know how you have energy after that.
Yeah, and then you're gonna go wrestle.
And then he beat the shit out of like 10 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, he swept. This guy's a psycho.
Insanity. I can't even. Sometimes I'm too tired to even like walk to the bathroom, and I'm like, I'll hold it for a little longer.
Yeah. If I throw up, I'm not doing anything for a week.
Yeah, I'm gonna lay down, play video games for the rest of the day.
I woke up and I was like, I gotta order food, and the food got here, and I was like, I don't want to go get it.
I know, man. Doesn't this guy just make you feel soft? I'm like, this is crazy.
Really.
It's great listen at the gym, by the way. Yeah, the first half of the book while you're at the gym, very inspiring. You'll pull some weight.
You're like, all right, let's get serious. He wins 5 matches at the Olympics, and then he's fighting, and the thought of Dupont watching from the sidelines, waiting to take credit for another one of his successes, just like takes all the wind out of his sails and causes him to throw his match. He loses 14-0 and forfeits because he can't give Dupont the credit for producing an Olympic champion. So the man who built his whole identity on winning and being the best fighter in the world concludes the only way to preserve his dignity and integrity and like his identity is to lose on purpose, which is very sad.
Very sad. Yeah.
And I like to think that he's lying and he just lost.
He was doing so well, and then he lost, and you're like, "You sure it's not just because you were tired?" You're like,
Remember those 12 pounds that you lost?
"Yeah, you just lost like an hour ago."
Maybe you're tuckered out, Chief. And he's like, no, DuPont was watching me and I had to take it from him. I'm like, yeah, well, all right.
Okay,
Okay.
cool, man.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Is he still by me? I feel like he's gonna rip my head off.
Yeah. Mark is the guy who's like, "I'm gonna rip your head off," and
But he's also just like I mean, maybe it's like the reader of the book, but he just seems like the sweetest, like, not oaf, that sounds mean, but like Hagrid. Like he's just a big old nice guy, you know?
yeah.
Just a big ball of just like, hey, what's up, everybody? And then he's like, I'll kill you. I'll kill you. I can kill you.
He does seem like a psycho who is successfully keeping it together, but it
Yeah.
doesn't change the fact that he is a psycho. He's like, I'll kill you. Okay, my past is dead to me.
My past is dead to me.
Don't say that again.
Yeah. It's like how like surgeons, it's just like, what's wrong with you? You could just cut into somebody and you're just like, whoop, there's your heart.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Holding your heart in my hand. Oh, big deal.
Let me just slice into this thing that looks like me. That doesn't make me feel anything. I'm normal.
Yeah, something's going on with
Something going on.
a few of these people.
Maybe we're all broken.
Yeah, totally. Yep. Established. I think that's
Sure.
like, yes.
Good.
Mark left the DuPont farm. Finally, he got out.
Finally got out. And where does he go?
Comes
Where does he
back.
go after leaving his cult?
Came to Papa.
Yeah, so he left his cult with the charismatic leader that caused a bunch of problems for people and landed himself right in Provo, Utah, baby, to start coaching at BYU and join the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
I had no idea this book was coming to Utah. I'm like, that's where we live. You joined the church. That's so cool. I thought for some reason, I'm like, I know him. They go to my school. Like, that's how I felt. There's a weird turning point where I'm just like, yeah, good for you. BYU in the 80s, though. I mean, my grandpa was teaching there at the time. It's probably a cool place.
Well,
Maybe not.
Cool. I wouldn't use
I wouldn't
that
call
word.
it cool.
Cool. It's got cool weather. The weather's cool.
Mountains are cool.
Yeah,
Mountains are right there.
Cool.
Evan, you went to BYU. Tell us about it.
I like BYU. I like Provo too. It's got its problems for sure. And those problems run deep, baby. But I do like Provo. The mountains are nice. Also, he does join the church, and at this point, when he wrote the book, he was still very like in it, you know. So he does bear his testimony a little bit.
Is he still in it?
The Book of Mormon? No, he left.
Really?
In 2022, I looked it up immediately, but
That's when like everyone left.
He read No Man Knows My History, and he was like, wait a second, something feels wrong about this.
Really? It specifies he read that, and that's what got him to leave? Wow, he's just like us. He's just like us.
We are Mark.
We're cut from the same cloth, baby. He's in Provo. He's kind of putting his life back together. He's coaching there. He's happy. He gets married. His brother Dave, however, took a job from DuPont several years later. And DuPont got worse in the meantime. He had his mansion's walls x-rayed because he thought there were spies living in them. And he told everyone that he was the Dalai Lama. And he had the clocks removed from the training room because he thought they were moving him backwards in time.
Do you think
that's a little bit of the nose candy getting?
Yeah. I was going to say, do you think DuPont was mentally ill, or was he just doing so many drugs?
If mental illness can be described as horrifying drug addiction, then yes.
I think it can. I think that is one of them.
I think that he has a winter storm happening in his brain.
There you go. In his brain.
A blizzard.
It's snowing again.
He was erratic before. But now after Mark's loss, he's like crazier than ever. He's up in the nose candy. McKylan said the storm has increased. It's now a full-blown blizzard, and that's interesting.
See, here's the thing. I would want to be an eccentric millionaire like this. Just start here and leave out all of the
manipulation.
Leave out the manipulation and the murder and the sexual assault, and just be like, I'm the Dalai Lama. X-ray these walls.
He's like, the clocks are going backwards, but I'm not hurting anyone, so it's okay.
Hey, anyways, I spelled all of our names out in cocaine on the table. Would you like to partake, or should I do the spelling bee alone?
Drugs are so bad.
Yeah,
Drugs are
Yeah.
bad. Don't do that. But if you are
Don't
a
do 'em.
millionaire and you're gonna be crazy, just don't hurt people. Do a bunch of drugs and be silly.
The problem is Dupont had a lot of drugs and he loved guns. And so
Not a
good.
great
that's
combo.
notoriously
Not great.
great, yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you guys. I think it would be, regardless of the circumstances, and hopefully I'm not hurting other people in this scenario, but I would, if I found myself believing that clocks could move me back in time, that sounds kind of fun.
Sounds
Yeah.
dope as hell.
Life is an adventure at that
And you got
point.
people taking care of you. You have a mansion, man, just have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Be
Roam
Batman.
around.
You
Also,
know?
what are you complaining about? You're moving backwards in time. You got to
Yeah.
ride that shit to the bank.
Seriously. Dumb
Just,
bitch.
like, just keep showing up to the business meetings just like, I gotta sell you guys something.
Yeah.
Just
I
bet on
think-
sports games that you already know the outcome of. Like, you are set. That's been
Bada
my
bing, bada
problem
boom.
with the lake house. I'm like, how was all that they were talking about how much they loved each other? Like, if I'm Keanu, I'm like, all right, World Series in
Matt,
4
Evan,
years.
Evan, you're going to hate the book I just wrote.
No,
That's the
they
whole
don't
thing.
capitalize on the
Is the
time
lake
loop.
house? I hate
It's
to
a lake
tell
house.
you, it's not good.
So are we not going to talk about John Dupont? Like at one point when Mark was living with him, they were in the kitchen and John's just like, I only have one testicle.
No,
And-
it's both. He says he's got.
Oh, he's got
he lost both of them. So no, I told you we were gonna talk about it, and
He lied to
I
me.
didn't write it into the script. Kyle, tell us what happened.
I
Give
don't
us the
remember.
rundown.
Fill me in, but I guess I'm assuming Mark is just like eating a sandwich or something. And John comes in and he's like, when I was a child, I lost both my testicles in some tragic accident.
He got bucked off a horse, and he landed straddling a barbed wire fence, and it ripped his balls off. That's what happened.
That's like some Looney Tunes shit.
Yeah, that's some Wile E. Coyote injury right there.
and so he just tells Mark that, and Mark's just like, okay. And then he's like, and then he just like left the room, and part of Mark's like, that makes so much sense. But and it's just like a small little part in the book where she's like, oh, that's crazy.
That is my favorite paragraph of the book because he moves on from it really fast. He's like, here's a story that I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who knows. He tells that he's like, he was making me a sandwich, and the whole time he was just talking about how he was making me a sandwich. He made a really strong point that like, I'm making you this sandwich, and then he said, I lost both my balls as a child because I straddled a barbed wire fence, and he's like, and now I have 2 plastic testicles, and I have to take testosterone every day, but sometimes I forget. Anyways,
Here's your sandwich. I'd be mad
Yeah.
if the sandwich is bad. Like you,
I know.
you listen to that whole thing, and then you eat it, and you're just like,
It's all
"Is
mustard.
this tuna and peanut butter? What the hell is this?"
That's
bring
crazy.
Bring your plastic balls back here and make me something good.
Yeah. I can't be hungry and know about these balls, dude. What are we doing?
It's a very bizarre time period.
I also feel like Mark just threw that in to be like, he's like, no one else knows this, but screw this guy. I'm going to tell everyone about
This
this.
guy doesn't even have balls.
Yeah.
Which to people, if any of our listeners don't have balls, we're not shitting on you. This guy's a murderer, so we're dunking on him for not having testicles. Let's just
Yeah.
make that clear.
If you're a woman and you don't have testicles, that's okay.
Yeah.
Is that what?
That's
Yep.
that. Yeah, that's
Or
what
are
we
we
were
targeting
getting.
that's
men
what we're talking
specifically?
about.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just
Yes.
don't feel bad if you don't have balls. Feel good.
Don't murder though,
Don't, but no.
or we'll dunk on you.
We'll
But
dunk
also,
on you.
okay, here's the thing.
Dunked on you, bitch.
This out of context, so silly and hilarious.
It's crazy.
Well, like in context, probably the most
Horrifying.
terrifying thing. This dude's slowly making this disgusting sandwich. Just like, let me tell you something. Well, he's probably got a higher voice. Hey, let me tell you something.
Yeah, no. He's like,
I lost both my testicles.
You're like, don't kill me, please.
I was
Please
bucked
don't
from
kill me.
a horse.
and
And
John
you're like,
also, yeah, he had a
"Ugh."
gun on him at like all times. So you're right. He could have just, while making the sandwich, pulled out a gun and be like, you going to tell anyone, Mark? You going to tell anyone about my plastic balls?
Do you think anybody's going to believe you if you tell them?
Yeah, that's the kind of, yeah, he would have said that, dude.
So you're right. It's funny,
Ugh.
but yeah, probably terrifying.
Insane. Well, on January 26, 1996, Dave's working and he's living on the estate. Dupont drives to Dave's house, and Dave walks towards him, smiling, and says, "Hey, coach." And Dupont rolls down his window and asks, "You got a problem with me?" And then shoots Dave 3 times with hollow point bullets. Dave dies in his wife Nancy's arms, Dupont retreats to his mansion for a 48-hour standoff with the police, shouting and claiming to be Jesus Christ and the President of the United States. Both at the same time. That's insane.
Wow.
The police capture him.
How did you run? What'd you run on?
Yeah, what
was
the
your
platform?
I'm doing it again.
So the police capture him. When he steps outside after they cut his heat, which I feel like nothing tells you more about this guy's character. He just killed a guy. He's in a standoff. He wanted to be an Olympian, and they cut his heat, and he can't handle it. So
in 48 hours.
Sweat for a day.
Yeah.
Seriously. He's like, I can't do this anymore.
Oh, it's too hot.
The high voice, whatever. I can't do this anymore. I'm very cold.
Let me tell you, I am schwitzing.
My plastic balls have gone right up in my stomach. I am cold.
If I stay in here any longer, my balls are gonna, let me tell you, they're gonna melt.
Wait, they cut his heat.
Sorry. My balls are going to freeze solid.
There you go.
They're gonna break out. They're gonna detach from my body like an icicle falling off of a building. Do you know how scary that is?
Don't look up.
Don't.
Incredible. Well, Dupont was convicted of third-degree murder. He died.
It does make sense why he kept grabbing people's balls. He just wanted to see.
He wanted them.
He just wanted to. He was just like, that's what it feels like, huh? That's what you're working with?
Yeah, that's what you're working with? Is that what that feels like? Cool.
That's what that feels like? God, these are silly, huh?
I'm due to get mine replaced. They're supposed to be bigger, apparently.
I gotta get some like this guy's.
He's like, Foxcatcher, 5 stars on that one. That's good. That's 5 star.
Proud of you. And then he slaps him on his butt. A little more sexual assault.
To be clear, we hate this man and he's terrible.
And he died in prison, as he should, in 2010.
Died twice.
Like a little bitch.
I wish you could bring him back and do it again.
You know who else does? Mark. Mark is like, if I wasn't in Provo when I found out that John was dead, I would have killed him. And he meant it.
And he goes into great detail on exactly how he would have killed him, which I thought was a scary part of the book. He's like, I would have used a crossbow. This is exactly.
I would have. Yeah, he outlines it all, and he's like, he's dead now. I can do this.
I can say whatever I want.
He's like, this is how long it would take me to drive there. This is how many crossbow bolts I would need. This is the time to reload the bolts in between shots. This is exactly where I'd put them, and then I would go to Brazil and make sure I marry a Brazilian and father a child as soon as possible. Because if I'm a father of a Brazilian, they can't deport me. I was like, that is a whole ass plan. That whole plan.
It's just so genius, and it made me think. I was like, good to know. Didn't know.
Apparently, I need a crossbow. Been thinking about it for a while. Time to pull the trigger.
Mark's life after the murder, he slowly rebuilt it. He coached at BYU until the program was cut. He did have a divorce. I don't know why I started with slow rebuilding here. The program was cut. He lost his job. He had a painful divorce, but he finds faith, earns a jiu-jitsu black belt, and he wrote this book, which became a bestseller and a 5 Oscar-nominated film with Mark Ruffalo and Channing Tatum and Steve Carell.
Yeah, Steve Carell as the creepy man. Like I need to watch this now.
I gotta watch it.
Also, sorry, you skipped Evan. This was an interesting point that freaking Dupont was buried in the Foxcatcher wrestling singlet.
Yeah,
gross.
And it
Come
just
on, man.
Had embroidered. I never found a fox. Yeah, dang it.
Never.
You beat me to it.
Yeah, just Foxcatcher asterisk, and then on the little singlet in the between his legs, that little part, it just says there were no foxes.
There was no foxes. There was never no fox.
I was the fox the whole time.
I was
the police are the
exactly.
Foxcatchers.
I was the fox, and you caught me, Mark. You caught me.
You got me.
Like,
got me, Mark.
How do I send you back? Ew. So that just sums up him. Is he's still obsessed with himself, and he's like, this is what I built with the Foxcatchers, and I'm a wrestler, and I'm going to be buried in a wrestler singlet. And I'm like, I feel bad for whoever had to put your gross body in that singlet. Like, prison morticians probably see a lot, but that's bad.
Yeah, come on, that's a war crime. It's a fully fictional life that this guy lived, and he thought he could just buy his everything, being a good person, being remembered. And screw that guy.
All he bought was a lot of drugs and manipulation.
And an Olympic team.
And his mom hated him, probably. I don't know.
Yeah, Mark did talk about, like, he grew up without he just grew up alone with his mom in, like, this mansion, and, like, wasn't he homeschooled or something? So, like,
Yeah,
just never left, and he's like, "I guess that maybe might have been why he was so weird," and it's like, "Yeah, but"
Sounds about right.
sounds
Yeah.
about right.
Well, on set during filming, Mark Ruffalo told Mark Schultz, "Your brother really loved you." And Mark answered, "I know, and I really loved him."
That's very
That's
sweet.
sweet. That's really sweet. I didn't know that. And you know what? This book is evident how much Mark loved his brother. If anything, it's just a tribute to his brother, which I think is really
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah.
And if you're interested, a lot of their matches are on YouTube. You can go watch Mark
Oh,
and
really?
Dave's matches on YouTube right now. And I don't know, it's sweet seeing Mark because he's just always smiling. Not Mark, Dave. Dave is always smiling and he's always just beating the shit out of people on the mat. And he gets up with his beard and kind of balding and he's just happy about it. And it's like, that's so sad. It really is very sad that he died that way.
Yeah. It's like, we were making a bunch of jokes while we were talking about it, but, it was, like, heartbreaking. 'Cause the book starts with him getting murdered,
Yeah.
and then you just have to the whole rest of the time, every time you just, Dave more and more, and you're just like, "God,
Yeah.
fuck this guy."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave is the best.
Yeah, especially because we still don't know the motive.
There's not
Yeah.
really
There
a
seems
reason.
not to be one.
I think he just finally snapped. Like, it
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
he was going to do something to hurt somebody fully eventually, and it was
Mhm.
just happened to be
Yeah.
this fucking just happened to be there.
Super
Yeah, it's
nice
sad.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a tragedy. People are like hurricanes, you know. You can I feel you guys seen Nocturnal Animals?
No.
Yes.
Um,
Where's this going?
that
People are like
movie
hurricanes was such a profound thing, and then you guys see Nocturnal Animals, I'm like, "Oh, boy."
I'm gonna tie it back in. Just wait.
Okay.
That movie is like I think stuck with me more than any movie, like scariness wise. That's
Mm.
the movie that chilled me to the bone the most because it's like I think it portrays that people can be cruel and you can't stop them. Like you could just decide to be cruel and you can't really like do anything about it. You know, even sometimes
Yeah.
like the justice system is there, but it's like not complete. It's not perfect. You don't
And
have
it
Judge
doesn't
Dredd that can just know what's true and execute justice immediately. It's like
and
you
he's a
can
fascist.
plus that.
Yeah.
Well, it is true, like, the justice system doesn't make you feel better, you're just hurt. People can just destroy you
Yeah,
at
they
any
can.
given moment.
Well, and it destroys Mark a lot because, like, the whole time Mark, he has to testify, like, it gets so drawn on, and then Mark is left to, like, call the prison and be like, "I wanna make sure John is not living a good existence because with all his money, he might be" like, he has to he's thinking about John every day until the day he dies. He's thinking about his brother's murderer up until the day he dies because he's out there probably just, I don't know, doing stuff in prison, but not getting the real justice. What's real justice, though? I don't know.
Let's open that.
No, it's not
Oh,
open.
god. It's what I said, there's hockey rules.
It's hockey rules, it's hockey.
You can just beat the shit out of anybody who tries to hurt you, and then you just have to go sit in a room in a day, and then you're good. Hockey
Good.
rules. At any given I guess it's the fragility of being a person is just, like, at any given time, somebody can just, like, break
Destroy
ya.
you.
Somebody can hurt you, which I think that's why it's like it's important not to hurt people, you know?
Yeah.
Like don't do it.
Hurting people's bad.
Yeah.
It's like
You
it's
heard it
sometimes
here
it's like
first.
irreparable. We are breaking news. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know who needs to hear this because they haven't heard it before. Hurting people, bad news.
No, but it probably should be said more, weirdly enough.
Yeah, just be nice to people, and don't shoot them. You fucking
Don't
losers.
shoot them. Don't
Also,
a
we have a
loser.
gun problem in
That's
this
what I'm trying to
country.
say.
Whatever.
Should we get some book facts?
In
Please.
fact, you will.
Let's get factual. The
Facts,
Foxcatcher
facts.
estate no longer exists. It was purchased by the Toll brothers and demolished in 2013, and now it's 449 luxury homes priced $600,000 to $1.1 million. The only surviving structure is a barn converted into a clubhouse. Yeah, little kids ride their bikes where Dave Schultz was murdered.
It's kind of weird, but
Bizarre.
if you think about it, like what was at my house before the pioneers came?
don't wanna know.
Native American.
Yeah, no, I think about that often. I know it was like a Native American trade route. I'm like, what went down here? Also, there's
Murder.
like hundreds of people buried in my backyard, so that's a thing. But
Yeah, you
Oh,
live
yeah.
you live on a cemetery. So
Who were they? You know?
actually, that might be a good place to live because there's probably less bad stuff happened there.
yeah,
because nobody's
You don't do
everyone's
bad
dead.
They're already done.
yeah,
So that's good. That's good. That's good. Right?
interesting.
You are surrounded by people from which you have nothing to fear.
Exactly.
That's
Wow,
what
that's
living in a
beautiful. That's
cemetery gets
beautiful.
you. Oh man. Well,
Unless
the
you're afraid of
film.
ghosts.
Yeah, unless it's the Night of the Walking Dead, and then run.
Ooh, yeah, bad news bears.
Man.
The film was a massive awards contender that didn't win anything, which is a bummer. A lot of people are mad about it. 2014 Foxcatcher film won Best Director at Cannes. How do you say that?
Kane.
Just can.
Kane is
Can.
his.
Can.
Pretty sure it's
Con.
Cane's.
Canes.
Right.
Raisin
Yeah,
cane.
As in the chicken place?
Delicious. Earned 5 Oscar nominations. So Best Actor, Best Supporting Actor, Best Director, Best Makeup, and Best Original Screenplay. Won 0 Oscars, and controversial missed the Best Picture nod. Well, Mark publicly turned on the film and then changed course. So
interesting.
there are scenes that imply a sexual relationship between his character and Dupont, and Mark was not happy about that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He called Bennett Miller, the director, a punk and a liar, and then weeks later he apologized and said, "Foxcatcher is a miracle. I love it." Dupont's delusions were stranger than the movie shows. The film omits the paranoid schizophrenia diagnosis. He believed that he was Jesus Christ, the Dalai Lama, and a Russian czar. He ordered his walls x-rayed for spies. We talked about that. Sent wrestlers to search treetops for Nazis, which sounds like a fun activity.
Yeah.
And shot geese he believed were casting spells, and drove 2 Lincoln Continentals into a pond, one after the other.
See, it's just the knob between terrifying and hilariously silly. It's just such a little.
Seriously, could you
Yeah.
imagine if you saw a guy drive one car into a pond and then he gets out and does it
Swims
again?
out, grabs another car, does it again, and then he starts shooting. It's like, you're casting spells.
Those geese are casting spells.
I'd be like, this is awesome. But then, like, there's something deep going on.
Yeah, it's like, it's so funny, but it's so sad and weird and crazy.
Mark's last fight was 4 months after Dave's murder. He entered UFC 9 on 8 hours' notice against a man 5 inches taller and 40 pounds heavier. Mark was then the first Olympic gold medalist to compete in the UFC, and he won and then retired with a 1-0 record. Bloody Elbow later ranked him the greatest wrestler in UFC history.
I mean, he's got a great
Good for
record.
him. He's got a good
100%.
record. Good for him.
Well, what do we
I
think
liked
about
it.
this?
I liked the book. It was
How many
fascinating
thumbs?
and weird. Thumbs.
5
2.
thumbs.
You only have 2
nah.
thumbs.
Yeah, which is
I give
bad.
it
That's
one-
a bad score.
I give it 1 thumb.
Yeah,
I'll give it a thumb.
Yeah, thumb. A thumb.
Yeah, 3
Yeah,
thumbs.
It was good. I
I
enjoyed it.
liked it.
It was sad. I would say read it, but also if you listen to this, you got a good fun version of it. But read it.
But read it.
Or watch the movie. Would you say the movie's a good proxy for the book?
Yeah, it doesn't get. You don't. It's not. It's a little. There's like a. I don't know. I don't know what you call it. There's a distance between like Mark. Like the movie is a little bit more like almost like voyeuristic, where you're kind of just
okay.
watching everything happen. It's a little removed, and like cold. So like you don't get the warmth of like how like they were just sweet, weird, hurt dudes, Mark and Dave, and so you get more of that from the book. So I'd say the book will give you more. Like if that's what you're looking for, it has more of that. But the movie is good. So
Cool.
it just depends on how your cookie crumbles. You know.
There you go. You can crumble your cookie any way that you like. We're not going to
Any way
yuck
you
your
want.
yum. We haven't
Yeah.
said that in a while, but we want to make it clear.
Yeah.
We're still not yucking your yum.
Ryan
You will
Holiday
never
took that
yuck
from
your
us.
yum.
Did
Ryan
he?
Holiday.
I saw it
Why
on his
doesn't he
podcast.
go
It's messed up.
stoicize my ass? Okay, Ryan. Just kidding. You're great. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know you, so maybe you're not great. Who knows?
He's probably
Sorry.
great.
He's probably great.
He's probably great.
This was a good one. Are you guys watching the Olympics?
No.
Yeah. I've been watching some of it. You're not watching it? The curling is electric.
Is anyone watching the Olympics? Like, seriously, who the hell is actually watching the Olympics right now?
I'll tell you, me.
Okay.
Yeah, we are watching.
You kidding me?
Oh yeah. We just watched. I
Guys,
can't remember.
Traders is on.
The quad god just totally whiffed his free solo. It's his
I
free
just-
skate solo, his solo free skate, and he just like absolutely just couldn't stop falling, and it
Really?
was just devastating.
The only clip I saw was that Norwegian guy who won the bronze medal, and then they're like, "Are you doing okay?" Have you guys heard about this?
Oh man, and he's like, I was cheating. That
he's
guy.
he's like, I had the worst week of my life because I cheated on a beautiful woman, and it's like, why are you telling us this? You just won bronze anyway.
Well,
It's
So
fun.
Olympics, yeah, it's
That's
fun.
a fun
I'm
one.
gonna have to find that clip. Jesus.
Do it. He's like crying in it,
Well,
and then he came back. He's like, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
no, you shouldn't have, Hans.
Gunter, bad move.
Bad
Whoa.
move. Other Norwegian name.
His girlfriend, his ex, was like, that was weird, right? Like, she's not super stoked about that.
The
Why'd
joke on the
you-
Daily
why'd you
Show
do
was,
that?
they're like, he's like, he proved to the world that he can win bronze and that he can't go 3 months without cheating on a woman.
Men will do everything, but
Yeah.
go to therapy.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you to Mark Schultz. I think when stuff like this, when you have an interesting life, write a biography
man.
and make it interesting. And I think you did a great job with that. Very cool, like mindset and career. It's inspiring. Thanks for writing this book. Thank you to our fake sponsor, Gatorade.
Gatorade.
Gatorade. Eat fresh.
Eat fresh. Gatorade.
Oh, man. Well, follow us. Follow us on Spotify.
Gatorade. Sorry.
Water sucks. It really,
Really
really sucks.
sucks. You
And
must
go
be
watch The
drinking-
Waterboy. And yep, follow us on the podcast and on the socials at Bibliofools. And Kyle, you picked this book.
I did.
What's your
Wow.
parting advice?
Climbed a mountain and I turned around.
Are we just
and
doing
I
songs now?
saw
That's it?
No, there's a big old mountain on my screen. I'm trying to
nice.
figure out what one it is. My advice is stop being so damn competitive.
Perfect
Like-
advice for during the Olympics.
Yeah.
No one cares.
It's not that deep, bro. Give up.
I heard the gold medals are breaking anyway. So like,
True. It's true. The ribbons are falling off. Well,
Gosh.
we love you. Have a good week. Bum,
God bless America.
Biblio Phools,
That's public domain, right?
Uh,